Hi guys, it's Shondell, and today's tutorial will be on how I create an LOL Dolls cake topper. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you're not doing so already. So as you know, we're working in Design Space, which is the program for the Cricut. So the first thing we're going to do is find the wording that you're putting on the cake topper. So today we'll just start with just a name. Any name, Taylor. If we're going for a layered look, you go into the fonts up here on the left side, right here. Click on the drop down button. Go to filter, right here. And choose multi-layer. That way you can have a font that already has more than one layer, which is usually 2. So we'll scroll down. You just look at them and decide which one you want. If you choose it and don't like it, you could just go back in and find another one. Usually I try to find a font that's a little thick and that can kind of match with the theme we're going with. So we'll scroll through here and see what we have. You can also make these toppers with just one layer if that's what you choose. It all depends on the style that you're looking for. I'll just choose this for now. So this here is the top layer. When you go over to the right, the little eye that's crossed out, you click it, and now you have 2 layers. I'm just going to expand it so we can see better. Now you have to put these letters close together where we can weld them. So you go to letter space right over here. And there are 2 arrows, the up and the down. So the down will bring the letters closer to each other. So you keep clicking them until the letters are touching. So all of these right here, they're all touching, so they'll be welded. But as you can see, the T in this font is separate. So for us to bring it together, this is what we'll do. Ungroup right here. And you move the top layer down. So we're working on the back layer. Ungroup again. What I usually do, I make the T a little larger and just put it where you want it. Right up under it. Then highlight everything. Don't move the rest because we already have them close together, so you don't have to do anything unless you want maybe the A to be a little bit more on it. However you want to organize it. And this is the back layer, don't forget. Highlight all of it. Click weld. So now all of this will be cut into one word. Now this is the top layer. Let's arrange it to the front. You go to arrange right here, drop down, and choose center front. So it's right here. So now we're going to ungroup these, just line them up with the letters. Don't forget the T we made larger, so we're going to make this one larger to fit in, just like that. Highlight everything together, group it. So now we have our letters, the size we want. The back is going to be welded together. It'll cut with one color. And the front, they're going to be cut individual letters. So you're just going to glue them down. So now we want it to say Taylor. Then you go to whatever image you're using. Since we're making LOL dolls, I have some already uploaded. So we go to upload, view all. And I'll just find the characters that I want to use. I have a lot here uploaded. I don't know where my LOL dolls are. Has it been that long? I just saw one. Here we go. So we will choose the girls we want to work with today. So I will pick her and her Maybe one more. You can put how much you would like. Ooh, I like her. Insert. So now we have 3 dolls. If you wanted to line them up and have it, you can make it, let's say you wanted to do, just have one standing here, one here, one here. However you want to line them up, it's perfectly fine. If you want to, we'll make the name smaller. Have maybe a girl on the side. You can have her on the top, her on the end. So we're going to do 2 styles. So I'm going to highlight all of this and make a duplicate. So I'll show you the first style, which will be with an image, and the second one will be without. Actually, let's do it without first. Let's go to the top. The first thing you can do, you're going to take this off. Ungroup. This top layer, we're moving. Move all of these little babies here, because they will be cut separate. So let's say you wanted to put one girl on the end, one girl on the other end. Have them touching the letters also. If you arrange to the front, you'll see how it looks. So the letters will be here and she'll be stuck on like that. Arrange to the front just to see how it looks on the top. And let's say you want her just standing on the top here. So this is exactly how we want the cake topper to look. You're going to duplicate them, make an extra, put it on the side, an extra of her, put it on the side, an extra of her, put it on the side. Then you're going to highlight the dolls and the background of the name and click on weld. So you have all of these pieces here. Move to the back. Go to arrange, move them to the back. Then we're going to place the ladies on top and the letters for us to see what it's going to look like. So with this, we would want the background and the letters to match the girl. So we'll change this to black. Up here, right next to fill, you click on the color and choose black. As for the letters, we'll change them to gold. So I usually choose this color right here. It looks a little goldish. It's yellow, but it doesn't matter because we're not printing. We're going to add the paper into the Cricut when it's ready to cut. So it'll match the ladies. So you do all of the letters. And then you place them where they belong. So we'll put the T over here. A, Y, and you know the order, just put it. Now you put the ladies back in place. Highlight everyone, group, and then you change it to what size you want. I usually do my cake toppers anywhere between 6 and 7 inches. So you just make it a little smaller. Or you can just go up here and type in 6 inches in the width. If you think the length is not the length you want, unlock it and then change the length. Let's say 4. And then lock it. And this is done. We'll cut them, glue them together, and you'll see how it looks. Now for an image. If you want to make a cake topper with a child's image in there, I'll show you how to do that. First, you'd have to have the image of the child or whoever saved on your computer. So you go to upload, upload image, browse, and then you go to wherever you have it saved. So I'll go to downloads, and I chose ET because I do not want to use anybody's child's picture. Complex, continue. There's nothing to erase in the background. We just have a picture of his face. If you have a picture with a lot of stuff in the background, I would just try to delete everything you find. If not, I usually slice the image with a shape, maybe a circle. So press continue. And this is the print, and cutting would be just cutting out of the shape of his head. So we'll choose save. Oh, you can change the name if you want. ET to have it saved on your computer, and tags if you need to find it. I don't usually. I just save it as whatever it is and then go look through my computer because I know where it is. So when it saves, you choose it and insert the image. And it saves at the top of the page. So just always look at the top. Let me upload an image with a background so I can show you what I would do if there's a lot of stuff in the background. So I have a picture here. It's like a scene from the E.T. movie. Go to complex, continue. If you want to try to delete, it'll take, see, it takes forever to try to get everything out. So in some instances, I wouldn't even bother. I'll just slice it with a shape and let it work the best that it can. So continue. And we're doing print, so you save. Choose that image, insert image. So in this case, let me move this away from everybody here. I would take a shape, let's say a circle. Remember, anything you insert goes straight to the top of the page, so just scroll up and get it. And we're working at the bottom. Put it over the image you really want in the picture. You could just make it small if you just want an ET on the bike. Highlight all of it, slice, and then you just have that little bit to work with. So that's usually what I do. And if I have a picture of a child and it has all of that background, I would place the characters a little bit on top of it to cover some. So if you arrange this to the front, place it like that. Place it like this, and something like that will kind of hide some of the stuff if you don't have a perfect picture with nothing in the background. So let's take that out because we're obviously not using that. That's just our example. So if we wanted to make the, just moving everybody around. So you ungroup. We're just using the back. So you do the same process. Put the picture on, make sure it's touching the letters for when it welds. Put the characters that you're using on. Let's say in this instance we're just using 2 characters. Don't forget, always make a duplicate so that it can print out. Duplicate. And a duplicate of whoever's face you're using. Bring them down. So you highlight all of these. Weld it. Change it to the color you want just so you remember when you're cutting. Arrange it to the back like we did before. And just place everything else in place. And that way you have the background layer. For your cake topper. And these we just glue on top when we print them out. And that's it. Highlight everything, group, and then change it to the size you want. The width will be 6 inches. And if you want it 4, unlock it. Because if you automatically put it to 6, it'll just move down to what's the correct size to match it. Unlock, change that to 4. And we're done. So we're going to send them to cut. We're not cutting ET. That was just an example. Take her out. Oh yes, always, always, always save when you're done. So we're going to go save. And we do LOL cake topper. Even if you're doing something for practice, save it. Later on you could delete it, but just save it. You never know when you're going to need it. So we're done. You click on make it right here. Oh, We forgot to change this to cut. So if you see it do this, this is wrong. They're printing these and printing the background. So cancel. We'll go back in. And over here, these are the layers. Click on that layer. See it says print. Click on no fill. And that'll cut it out. Save your changes. Always save your changes. Go back to make it. So now it rearranged the dolls to print. The second one is the cut layer. And this one is our top layer of letters. So we're going to cut the pieces and then I will glue them together and show you how the finished product looks. So continue. And my printer, I use the Workforce, the Epson Workforce 7620. So I would have to choose the print settings that I want. And I'll show you that just in case anybody wanted to know that. So you send to printer. Wait for this part to show the advanced options. So once the advanced options come up, right here, click advanced options. I always use the 110-pound white cardstock when I'm printing images. So go to layout, print settings. The thick cardstock goes in the rear feeder. This printer has 3 feeders, the first one, the second, and the back one. So you choose the rear feeder. For the 110 cardstock, I use premium presentation paper matte as my media type. I just find that it printed better. And for the print quality, you go to best quality. And then print. Okay, so the print copy comes out like this. These borders are the registration mark that the Cricut reads. Right here, the paper got a little bent, but it usually doesn't get in the way. So I will put it on the mat, line it up, and I use the roller to press it down just to make sure it's stable, because this isn't a brand new mat. So it's lined up with the edging of the mat. Line it up into the Cricut. The blinking arrows will insert it. The blinking light right after it goes in is to cut. I also have it set on fabric to cut the 110-pound cardstock. Okay, so it's done. I use a little spatula to get it off. For the back layer, we're using the black glitter cardstock. I purchased this from Michael's. I believe it was $1.99, like $2 for it. I always use the roller to just press it down, make sure it's sticking to the mat. And I usually change the dial to the first setting for the first poster board setting. And that usually does like a double cut. So you insert the mat. Then we use this scraper to take off the little excess pieces. And for the top layer of letters, we're using the gold cardstock, also from Michael's. Okay, now to piece them together, we're going to glue the letters on them, just using the regular plain glue gun. Always glue the letters on first. Then for the characters, I always glue the background part first and then lay the character on top in the exact spot. Wrong girl. I just pulled off the little excess strings from the glue. And there you go. For the, I use the regular stick. This is 6 inches. And I would just glue it along here. So I kind of measure where I would want it to be. Just about this much. And there you go. If you don't like the back, just having the white, you can cut the back layer that we have here with everything, mirror it before it cuts in the Cricut, and then glue it onto the back just to cover it up. But here you go. And all of these accessories that I use, I'm gonna have the link for you to purchase them off of Amazon, and also the roller. And there you have your LOL Girls cake topper.